Now let's go to mathematics. Let's look at the strategy to adopt WAEC mathematics. This method, as you are using it, you can use the same thing. It may be similar to NECO anyway, but it may be a little bit of variation. Now to mathematics, compulsory for all classes. Yes, arithmetic, algebra, geometry, statistics, and trigonometry. As I'm saying this, please you check this complete WAEC study. All those things are clearly stated there. Now for mathematics, there are only two papers with no calculator for paper one. Two paper. The first paper.
3, 2, 1, go!
First paper is an objective MCQ. MCQ means multi-choice questions. The MCQ here, there are 40 questions, 40 marks. 40 questions, 40 marks. That means one question carries 1 mark. If you miss 1 mark, if you one question, you miss 1 mark. And it's within 1 hour, 15 minutes. That's within 75 minutes. It is done. So it picks different questions, test quick, application of formula. But that is not enough because it's 27%. If somebody only writes with the objective, it's 27%. That's within the F range, which we don't wish for ourselves. But the theory and essay, that one is 73%. It almost gets to A1. If somebody do his best very well, he can get A1 with a little bit of paper one. So the paper two has 13 questions. Look at the screen. 13 questions to answer 10. 13 questions to answer 10. And section 1 is what? Section 1 has question 1 to 6 in question 1. And those ones, they are straightforward. They are straightforward, Section 2 have question 7 to 13. That means they divided into 2. So the remaining half of it, question 7 to those ones are harder. Questions that involve proofs, construction, mensuration, and you need to show workings for you to have answers. If you do everything to answer, the workings are the ones that give answers in mathematics. And it lasts for 2.5 hours, close to 3 hours. It's 100 marks. So 73% and 27%. So you don't want to joke with theory. You don't want to joke with theory. So you pick 10 questions. So, and that is it. Pick 10 questions from all of them. Now, what are the topics that frequently appear? Number and mensuration and numeration. The number basis, the ACF, the fraction, the standard form, sure banker, algebraic processes. They also appear every now and then. If you're able to understand the concept of this, you are good to go. Whenever they turn it forward or turn it backward, you should be able to do that. Now, when it comes to mensuration, you're talking about calculation of area, perimeter, volume, shapes, and all those. They also come out. Plane geometry, trigonometry, statistics, coordinate geometry, vector, and transformation set. These are, and commercial mathematics. These are priority mathematics. I'm not saying all that will not come out, but these are priority. If you prioritize on them and you are weak in them, try and start practicing. And you get yourself, you practice and you get yourself to understand them. There should not be fear. There should not be fear in your heart to attempt the exam. So look at it this way. Now, this one breaks down where these ones can appear. In paper 1 and paper 2, you should expect algebra, quadratic equation. And they always appear. Factorization, formula, completing the square. You may be taking 10 to 15 marks of the 100 marks. Do you know what that means? That's 10%. 10% is something. 10%. If you handle that one, 10 marks has gone. And the statistics, you should be looking at mean and standard of deviation, median mode, and the rest. Set, what of set? It appears in both papers, but statistics appear mostly in the paper 2. Mensuration, paper 2. Most of them appear in paper 2, but the indices and logarithm, they appear also in both. And the linear graph, probability, and the rest, inequality appear in paper 1. So what are the A-grade strategy you need to adopt for mathematics? You need to memorize every formula, area, volume, trig ratio, quadratic formula, cycle, theorem. Write them 10 times each until it sticks to you. You need to know those formulas until they stick to you. And you need to show workings in paper 2. Paper 1, you have to just pick the answers. That one is understandable. You don't need to show working. You can You can have your shortcut way of solving questions, then you get there. But paper two, you need to show workings. You need to show steps by step by step by step. Even when you want to make a subject of a formula, you have to substitute. You need to put unit, how, divide both sides by, all those things need to show, because those things carry mark. You don't know which one the marking scheme will cover. So if your final answer is wrong, but your method is right, you get most of the mark. That is it. So paper one strategy is also this. You have 1 hour 15 minutes, that's 5 minutes for 40 questions. So that means for that question, you have 1 minute 50 seconds per question. So skip hard ones. First go to the, if you use the jam method, go to the soft one first across, because each question carries the same mark. Go to the one that are easy, then you now later go to the hard ones when you have enough time. Statistics first in paper two. Always answer the statistic question. Medium mode early. It is structured and ends full mark with practice. That is it. So use past question method. Solve 10 past question per topic. Solve 10 past question per topic. For example, if it is mensuration or set or trigonometry, let's say trigonometry, now you said 10 past question on trigonometry, solve past question, 10 past question on set, 10, so like that. So in that way, you understand all the intrigues into that. They'll just change one or two things. Sometimes it may be the same concept, they just change figures, particularly all this histogram, mean, median. So, and geometric diagram. Always draw clear labeled diagram. Examiner award mark for correct diagram, even if calculations are slightly off. Because if you are saying you are, and when you are doing workings, don't just be cancelling. Even if you are wrong, you can just cancel. You can just draw a line after it and continue with some other things. Because what you write may be right, you may think is wrong, and if you cancel something, the examiner will not mark it, because you've already judged yourself. He said judge yourself, so I thought others will not judge you. So, and that is it about mathematics. I hope this is clear. We'll go to the other ones. We look at science subject, commercial subject, math subject in the next video. Thank you.